Stunning charges of homegrown maltreatment from famous television character Keke Palmer conceded by Judge Wendy L.Y. Cox. As per a notification got by NBC, Ricky Palmer's affection life took an unsafe return before this year, when her then sweetheart Darius Jackson shed light on the disagreement in their relationship with a solitary virtual entertainment post. And presently Keke Palmer just blamed her ex Darius Jackson for abuse, and was conceded a brief controlling request from her ex. Court reports detail on different occasions Palmer charges she was genuinely wounded by Jackson. She said she likewise experienced close-to-home abuse, and blamed Jackson for adoration, bombarding her. The couple had a muddled relationship from the beginning without a doubt. Yet did it truly come to the mark of actual abuse? That is the thing we will figure out in the present video. Obviously, before we go any further, ensure first that you buy into our station and hit that notice ringer for additional updates and recordings like applause. These photographs from 2022 show Jackson purportedly mistreating her. She winds up at the lower part of the steps. She likewise blames him for. Keke Palmer blamed her ex Darius Jackson for physical and profound harm, writing in court archives that he has over and over hurt her, intruded at her home, and turned out to be extremely baffled with her 8-month-old child. Palmer's solicitation for a transitory controlling request against Jackson, documented in Los Angeles Prevalent Court on Thursday, was allowed by Judge Wendy L. Wilcox, as per a notification got by NBC News. The entertainer was briefly allowed sole guardianship of their child Leo, with no appearance for Jackson. Palmer, whose genuine name is Lauren Kayana Palmer, said the abuse occurred all through her 2-year relationship with Jackson, and didn't stop after their separation toward the beginning of October. She composed that since the split he is considerably more off the wall, unpredictable and risky, and she fears for herself as well as their child's security. Both Palmer and Jackson declined to remark when reached by NBC News. After Palmer documented the documents, Jackson posted a photograph on the online entertainment StageX appearance, him holding their child with the subtitle, "I love you child, see you soon." The request nitty-gritty on numerous occasions. Palmer asserted she was genuinely wounded by Jackson. She additionally affirmed she experienced close-to-home harm, and blamed Jackson for affection, besieging her. Darius would cherish bomb me and afterward cause me to feel like I was the main lady on the planet, just to get very far off and cold over an apparent affront to him in the event that we were at a party or occasion. And I talked with one individual excessively lengthy, or I took a gander at somebody a specific way, he would stomp off in a fury, letting me know I was a few terrible things, and blamed me for betraying him, and that I didn't adore him. She composed Darius had an approach to gaslighting me to cause me to feel like I was accomplishing something wrong, despite the fact that I wasn't. During one asserted quarrel on February 13, 2022, Palmer said, Jackson stifled me in body, pummeled me onto the steps in my home. After he became envious of her appearance, him a photograph of herself in a swimsuit. Palmer said the pair were going to a companion's party, and she showed him the image since she was glad for her weight reduction results. Keke Palmer has contacted her limit with her child daddy and his jokes via online entertainment. The dramatization raised further when Darius was uncovered for cheating and sending unseemly messages to different ladies on Instagram. Screen captures of his discussion coursed via web-based entertainment, uncovering his untrustworthiness. She at last cut off the friendship and made the declaration on TikTok, communicating that nothing will prevent her from pushing ahead. Keke anyway took care of the circumstance like a master. She posted a TikTok video highlighting her tune, communicating something specific, that in the event that Darius kept on misbehaving, she would continue on without a second thought. By insiders, Keke cut off the friendship definitively and unfollowed Darius on Instagram. Apparently Darius is attempting to acknowledge the separation, as he has eliminated all hints of Keke from his own Instagram page. The popular's viewpoint is against him. Many accept that Keke settled on the ideal choice by Palmer said. Jackson was upset to such an extent that she was stressed they would get into an auto crash on the drive back home. She affirmed that when they returned home, he hammered her on the floor and slapped her head from one side to another. The mall therapy proceeded with the following morning. Palmer composed. She asserted that Jackson snatched her by the neck and body, hammered her on the steps. Palmer likewise asserted Jackson would obliterate her property like a confidential diary she had been keeping since she was 12 as a method for rebuffing her during one more asserted episode in April 20,122. She said Jackson got her eyeglasses from her, tossed them on the ground, and trampled them since he thought Palmer was playing with a young lady at a cafe, despite the fact that she let him know she was not. Jackson then opened Palmer's pack, unloaded her effects on the ground in the downpour, and threw her vehicle keys across a parking garage. As per the appeal, Jackson got into his own vehicle and left. She composed, I needed to assemble my glasses back decently well so I could see to drive, get my now wet and filthy garments and different possessions and roomage in the brambles across the parking garage to find my vehicle keys before I could leave. The request expressed. The latest affirmed abuse toward Palmer occurred on November 5th, after the couple's separation. As per the record, Palmer said she was at her home chatting on the telephone to her mom when she was frightened to see Jackson burst through her room entryway. Palmer said they were not living respectively, and she had not allowed him to come over. Jackson, as per the appeal, was shooting Palmer on his PDA and requested to see their child. Palmer composed that she requested that he leave, yet he wouldn't do so. I attempted to resist the urge to panic, yet as I was again requesting that he leave, he stood up from the seat, strolled towards me, and ensured there was no furniture between us. He was hollering, inclining toward me, getting into my face. By then he rushed at me, getting at my neck and face, thumped me in reverse over the love seat, took my telephone, none of my concern, and afterward ran out of the house. She composed. Palmer said Jackson endeavored to drive away, and when she hindered his exit with trash bins, he supposedly nearly hit her with his vehicle. Police were called following the fight and subsequent to talking the entertainer, her sister, and Jackson. They advised him to leave and cautioned him not to return. The officials urged Palmer to petition for a homegrown abuse limiting request. She composed. Palmer said she and Jackson would go to overthrow treatment, and for a period things would get better. However, at that point, they would get terrible again. One quarrel became public in July when Jackson disgraced Palmer over the outfit she wore to Usher's Las Vegas residency. Video that surfaced showed the no-star wearing a sheer dab dress with a bodysuit under. As Usher's serenader Jackson shared a video clasp of it and composed, it's the outfit. However, you a mother. Palmer later showed up in a music video for Usher tune both, starting bits of hearsay that the pair had parted and that she was taking a poke at Jackson. We live in an age where a man of the family doesn't need the spouse and mother to his children to grandstand goods cheeks to satisfy others. And he gets told the amount of a skeptic he will be. He said, this is my family and my portrayal. I have basic expectations and ethics. To what I accept, I trust the jury to decide wisely. Merits being protected and experience childhood in a climate liberated from savagery. She composed. In the meantime, during Usher's theatrics, Palmer didn't address what is going on unequivocally, yet showed up on Instagram to share outtake the appeal. Likewise, nitty-gritty times when Jackson would purportedly become disappointed with their child and call out to her while conversing with the child. During an occurrence on September 26, Jackson purportedly began getting unpleasant with Leo Truly while he was changing his diaper. Palmer said she needed to step in to ensure Darius wouldn't hurt him, and it nearly turned into a back and forth with Leo as Palmer endeavored to remove the child from him. Darius at last let go and Leo was not hurt, yet as I was holding Leo, attempting to comfort him and wrap up changing his diaper, Darius hit me in the head prior to stomping out of the room. She composed. The entertainer said she petitioned for the request without telling Jackson, composing that she fears for herself as well as Leo's security. I'm unfortunate of what reprisal moves Darius may make against me, including hurting or removing our child on the off chance that I give him notice of my solicitation for assurance, she composed on November 10th. Keke's mother, Sharon Palmer, has additionally ended her quietness on the vault's IC abuse. Sharon claims she told Darius' sibling Sanis Jackson quite a while back about his terrible conduct. Palmer's mom, who likewise goes by Shayla, took to Instagram to share a video message hammering Sanis for marking Jackson a nauseating, contemptible, controlling, manipulative individual in a now erased ex-post. She said for Sanis Jackson to post this on Twitter, the crazy stuff he posted when he realized his sibling was bleak. She likewise guaranteed Sanis showed his sibling how to